This is a explanation of how to print from SketchUp, 3D print from SketchUp at school. You'll want to draw in millimeters because that's what works best for Maker Desktop. There are ways to work around that, but you can see we can just come in here and change it to millimeters if you didn't have it already. So now we've got our model set correctly for the right units. We're going to draw something to print. I'm going to keep it very simple. So kind of make a object here. We'll make it a little interesting, maybe add a slope there. Always remember the 3D printer can print objects that are designed in certain ways better. Prints from the bottom up. Doesn't really like overhangs a whole lot. Put a little pocket in here. We'll check that. Turn face style to X-ray. You can see my pocket isn't going too far or anything. Go ahead and turn X-ray off. So a couple things to watch your model. Make sure it's watertight. So if I had a missing section, that is no longer a watertight model. In fact, it's a couple different random pieces, but anything open will not print. We can do that another way if we group this object and we check on its information. We can see it's a solid group. If it's grouped in, it just says group here. It's probably open. Let me demonstrate. We have the group. Now it just says group, so that would not print correctly, like I said. Undo that. Back to our solid group. It needs to actually have a thickness to every part. So if we draw a plane, this plane has no thickness in real life. Now it would print. And we need to make sure the correct sides are out. So coming up to Windows Styles, going to the Edit tab, clicking on the second object, the face object, setting the outer face to, or the front color to green, which is good, back color to red, which is bad. We can see that our object has green surfaces. In fact, both of them do on the outside. If you draw correctly in SketchUp, you'll probably end up with all your faces green from the start. If you try to piecemeal something together, you may end up with red faces. So this would not print anymore, this block here. So the way I can fix that, if I end up with a red surface, is I click on the surface, right click it, and I reverse it. So you'll need to do that before printing also. If you don't do that and you have some problems with all those items or any of those items, you'll get some really weird geometry when you print and it won't come out the way you want. Now that I'm ready to print, I need to go to my website and install the STL extension for SketchUp. I'll have another video on that, but I've already got it installed, so I'll export STL and save this STL file somewhere. Then I can take that to Maker Desktop, which I'll have a different video for also.